Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, it's Gabby here for you, and I hope this finds you well. Please excuse my croaky voice. I've just come back from a wonderful holiday in Cyprus and I have lost my voice a little bit. Could be maybe to do with a little bit of overindulgence, and I've met lots of friends and we attended some live music festival as well. So there was a lot of loud noise, a lot of loud music and a lot of shouting and chatting to people. So I've had the best time on my holiday, but I have come back with a little bit of a frog in my throat, so forgive me. Really want to talk today about the seasons. Come back from a holiday in Cyprus into cold, wet Manchester, but actually, I'm really embracing the changes in the seasons now. It's something that I used to struggle with a lot, and I'm going to talk today about soothing yourself. What can you do? This for me is a time of nurturing. It's a time of looking after yourself. A book that I've just come across where actually somebody is like reinforcing a lot of the things that I talk about. And I also want to leave you with a very quick technique that you can use if you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. How can you quickly change your mental state? And from that, I believe you can change your physical state into feeling much, much better than you did before. Maybe if you're struggling a little bit, this might help you. So the topic for this week is soothing yourself. And that's not really a phrase I use. I talk a lot about self-love and about nurturing yourself, because I really believe that if you're going through a tough time, that soothing yourself, nurturing yourself is really important. But I heard the wonderful Venus Williams, the tennis player, has got a new book out called Strive, 8 Steps to Train for Success. Now, clearly, Venus Williams is a world-class athlete at the top of her game, but she's all about living a happy and healthy life. So I was very interested to read her book, and I actually downloaded it on Audible. So I've been listening to her book. But one of the chapters that really struck me was she's got a whole chapter devoted to the art of soothing. And she talks a lot about soothing yourself in lots of different ways. One of the things she talks about was the link between food and mood, which I talk about a lot as well. It's one of the elements of my online Confidence After Cancer course is food and mood, the link between those two. But it was really interesting to me for somebody like Venus Williams, who obviously is very highly motivated, very athletic, very well skilled in being at the top of her game. She talks a lot about the importance for her of also learning to soothe herself, of having downtime. As important as it is for her to train, it's important for her to soothe herself, to have downtime, to nurture herself, to look after herself. So she talks a lot about soothing. So I'm going to touch on some topics to do with soothing today. And as I say, I've been away in Cyprus, which was wonderful. The weather was so hot. And I've come back now to Manchester. And for a while, I really struggled with the seasons that we have in England. But now I'm kind of learning to embrace them, because I really feel, particularly in autumn, there's a lot we can learn from the seasons. So I'm really into eating seasonal food now, because I feel so much better when I do that. So for me, autumn is a time for having nurturing food like soups, warming soups. Turmeric latte is another thing that I've really got into. So a lovely cup of warm oat milk with some turmeric stirred into it, maybe a touch of honey to sweeten it up. I find that very, very nurturing and warming, and something that I like. So this time of year, a lot of people I know are suffering with stress and anxiety. There's a lot you can do in soothing yourself. And it could be as simple as having a warm bath. A warm bath, I love to put Epsom salts into my bath, or essential oils, but Epsom salts particularly, they're full of magnesium. So it's a great way of getting magnesium into your system without taking any tablets. Very nurturing, very relaxing. The other thing, again, that Venus Williams talks about in her book is the importance of stretching your body. So you don't have to always do vigorous exercise. We know you've got to use it or lose it as you get older. You do need to move your body. You do need to stretch it. But you don't have to do anything that's too onerous. You don't have to do anything that's going to really hurt or maybe that you're really not feeling up to. But gentle stretches, gentle yoga, gentle Pilates, things like that are very, very nurturing. And again, they can help soothe your body, soothe your mind. Another thing that Venus talks about, and I talk about this as well, is the power of touch and the power of touching, not just yourself. So it could be, again, just getting out of your bath and soothing yourself, using a beautiful body lotion to really spend some time nurturing, looking after yourself. But also, if you've got somebody that you can hug in a relationship, that's very soothing as well. And I love to hug. And again, in my holiday in Cyprus, met lots of friends I've not seen for a while. And I really do love a good hug, heart to heart, just holding somebody, feeling them, and making that connection makes me feel soothed, makes me feel better. And I really get a lot from that. So I talked about autumn as well. Yes, it's great to nurture yourself when you're in your house, but actually today is quite a bright day. It's beautiful, sunny. I've actually borrowed my son's dog. I'm looking at her now because she's asleep. And we've been out for a lovely walk today. And it was a brisk walk. It was really invigorating because it was quite cold. She got wrapped up and my lovely warm coats on, took the dog for a walk, and we had a lovely walk out in the bright sunshine. But autumn walks can be lovely as well. A really nurturing thing to do to soothe yourself. It just made me feel so much better. The other thing that I would urge you to do, and this is something that I enjoyed a lot in Cyprus, was go for a massage. You can either massage yourself, or if you've got the opportunity to go to a professional person to do the massaging, that is a very nurturing and soothing thing to do for yourself. And again, it's all about being in touch with your body. It's all about really relaxing into and enjoying who you are and enjoying that downtime. If you're having quiet days or having difficult days, a massage always makes me feel better. And I know I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. I'm hunched up on the laptop far too often. So just a massage helps release that tension. You can either massage yourself or you can get somebody to do it. And I said I was going to leave you with a technique. This technique is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Okay, so if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, ever feeling like a little bit lost, a little bit stressed, not quite sure what to do, this is something you can do in a couple of minutes that will take you into a much better place. Okay, so it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 things, first of all, to focus on. 5 things that you can see. Just go around and count, okay, 5 things that you can see. Then think about 4 things that you can touch. Okay, so I can touch my jump bag, touch my desk, my glasses, touch my glass of water. 4 things that you can touch. Then the 3 things are, what can you hear? Now, I'm in quite a quiet room at the minute, but I can hear a clock ticking. I can hear a noise outside. I can hear Stevie, the little dog next to me, snoring. So there's 3 things that I can hear. Okay, and then the 2 things are 2 things that you can smell. Can you smell anything? Well, I can smell some flowers that I've got on my table here. Also got some body lotion on that I can smell. So there's 2 things. And then 1 thing that you can taste. Think about 1 thing that you can taste at the moment. So that's how you deal with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it kind of like is a bit of a trick for your mind to take your mind from where it was. Maybe you've got worries on your mind. Maybe you've got things that you're stressing about. But if you focus on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 things and go through that little sequence, for me, that's really lifted my mood. It's taken that focus away. And sometimes we can get so overwhelmed, can't we, with thinking if you've got a problem or you've got something going on in your mind, it can really play on your mind and go over and over. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 takes you into a different mental space, gives you clarity. And so that is a lesson as well that I've learned from autumn. If we think about nature, for me, autumn is a time not just for nurturing yourself, but it's about letting things go. And we learn this from the trees. The trees at the minute are shedding their leaves, which is quite annoying because we have to keep sweeping them up. But also it's beautiful because they're changing colour. The trees are changing into something different. So for me, autumn is a time for letting things go. So I'm thinking about things I'd like to let go. I am decluttering my house. I'm getting rid of things that I don't use anymore, either giving them to a charity shop or whatever, getting them to somebody who can use them. I'm thinking about letting go of beliefs that I don't want to have anymore. Is there something that you believe that maybe held you back? And for me, I had for many, many years the belief that I wasn't good enough, the belief that other people were better than me, the belief that, well, who am I to be on videos? Who am I to do a podcast? I'm just me. I'm not medically qualified, but I've got a lot of life experience. And that's my new belief, is everything that I've been through, my challenges, they're for a reason. They are for me to be able to help other people. So that's my new belief. So I'd ask you to think about, have you got any beliefs about yourself, or beliefs about your life, or beliefs about the way things are? I hear that saying a lot, the way things are. And, we've all got a different view of the world. The way things are means different things to different people. So I just invite you to think about, are there things that you can let go of? Because for me, decluttering, physically things, but also mentally things, letting go of things that no longer serve me, really, really helps me get clarity, get focus. And it gives me more energy, because I'm not wasting time on energy on things that are not helpful for me anymore. So I hope that's been useful for you. I hope when I speak to you next week, my voice comes back a little bit better. But I love to hear from you. Let me know if you're struggling with anything. I know the changing of the seasons, I've talked about how wonderful it is, but it can have a real impact on people's mood, okay? And if you're struggling with anything, just get in touch with me, drop me a line, PM me. I'd love to hear from you. But as always, I would urge you to stay safe and stay sane. Have a wonderful week, my darling. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.